Got my Diet Coke, ready to talk. Oh, that first sip always hits so hard. This week, I'm going to tell a story about something that happened to me one night in Vermont when I was on a 4-mile walk. But first, I will tell the answer to last week's episode. So if you watched the video, I was at an Orange Theory class. There was a boy flirting with me. And if you guessed option number 2, you were correct. We have never spoken again, and we have never taken a class again. And that's the way life goes. So, if this is your first video and you're like, wait, the answer to what? Go watch the last plot twist and you'll hear the story, and then this is the answer to that story. All right, moving on. So this week, I'm gonna tell a crazy story that happened to me last year. I wanna say it was last year, I believe. Last February, I wanna say. Could be wrong. No, probably, maybe, who cares? It was either last year or the year before, I cannot recall. So, I was in Vermont and I was visiting my mom. It was probably like 8:30 at night and I was going on a 4-mile walk. And it was during a time of my life where I was doing the 75 hard challenge. So I was also drinking a gallon of water a day. I don't know if y'all have tried to drink a gallon of water a day, but it is not easy. And they say your body gets used to it, and my body just never did. I would literally have to pee, like no lie, 25 times a day. I'm on this walk and I'm probably like, I would say a good 3 miles in, and I have like 1 mile left to go. And I had to pee and there was no bathrooms around. And I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I gotta go. Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do. What am I gonna do, piss my pants? I don't think so. There was this dumpster. Now, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pee behind that dumpster, but I'm gonna wait till there's nobody around because obviously, you know, I'm trying to do this in private and whatever. There was a family. I saw a father, a mother, and a child. So I was waiting for them to leave because they were all like getting in their car and they were leaving. So I thought, okay, once they leave, I'll go behind this dumpster and I'll pee and no one will notice and I'll be off on my way the last mile home. Or so I thought. Dun, dun, dun. So I thought. So, you know, it's pretty dark. It's 8:30 at night. The sun has set. Can't really see much. And I'm just kind of like standing a little bit by the dumpster because I'm like, okay, once they leave, I'll quickly pee and then I'll be on my way. Once they left, I was like, okay, like let me just quickly pee and get this over with. So they pull out of the parking lot, head down the road, or so I thought, and I start to pee. Instantly, these high beams just turn on. And this guy's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, ah! Oh my God, like, hello, can I have some privacy? Now, obviously, like, I shouldn't have been doing that, but nothing was open, you know? It's like 8:30 at night, almost 9 o'clock, like, everything was closed. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I had a mile left. I couldn't hold it anymore. The high beams are on me and I can't really see who it is. And I've come up like, I'm literally like being arrested. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Because, you know, it kind of like took me back. I was like, oh my God, like, what is this person doing? I start going to this like whole backstory. He's probably like, what? But I was like, oh, I'm like drinking a gallon of water a day. And like, I'm so sorry. Like, I had to pee. You know, I apologize. I thought you guys had left and I waited for you to leave. And he's like, do you know whose dumpster that is? And I'm like the town? I don't know. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know whose dumpster. I said, I'm assuming like the town or like, I don't really know. He's like, that's my dumpster. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I just, you know, I apologize. I didn't realize that like someone owned this dumpster. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm laughing now, but this was not funny. I was truly like, oh my God, like I could tell by this man's tone that like this was not going to end well. And so I was just trying my absolute best to like get out of the situation because I was trying to like make light of it and like laugh a little bit because in my head I'm like, okay, I peed behind a dumpster, like on the concrete. I didn't pee on the dumpster. I peed like next to it on the concrete. So like, I apologize, but like, what do you want me to do? I could tell by his tone that this was not a laughing matter to him. And I was like, oh, okay, like Paul, stop like trying to be cute and like funny and like, just be serious. And the entire time I'm talking to him, I'm like, he was like, why didn't you find a store? Why didn't you find a restaurant? Why didn't you find somewhere else to go pee? Why'd you go pee here on my dumpster? Well, like, you know, there's not really anything around. I know who you are. And I was like, oh, a fan. Oh, okay, of course you know who I am, honey. Yes. I'll give you a signature and we can just call it a day, right? When he said he knew who I was trying to be like polite. I said, oh, well, okay. I said, well, if you know me, like you're saying you do, I said, I apologize. I don't know you. In my mind, from here to my mother's house, there was nowhere that I could stop to go to the bathroom at this time of night. Well, you could have gone to Walgreens, it's right there. Well, I don't think they have bathrooms open to the public, if I remember correctly. Like when I was growing up, it was called Brooks, and my best friend worked there, and I don't remember them having bathrooms, but you know, again, I apologize if I could have gone there and I just didn't think of it. Like, I'm so sorry. I want to tell you, like, I was being so respectful. I was being so apologetic. I was doing everything I could to like move on from this because, you know, I'm by myself. It's 9 o'clock at night. He has a wife and a child in the car. Their high beams are on me. I can tell by his tone this is not going well. He's not gonna let this go. He wants drama. He wants trouble. You came to the right place. He pulled out of the parking lot and came back specifically to harass me. Should I have been peeing in public? No! Like, obviously no. Literally waited for no one to be around. Like, what am I gonna do? Pee my pants? Like, I don't know what he wanted me to do. Like, I mean, I'm not the first person and I won't be the last person to like probably pee behind a dumpster in public. When you gotta go, you gotta go. My goodness gracious. I kept saying, I'm sorry, you know, like I had one more mile left of my walk and I just wasn't gonna make it. Like, I'm so sorry. I didn't really know what else to do. I apologize that this is your dumpster. I didn't pee on your dumpster. I peed next to it. And I'm so sorry, it will not happen again. You know, there's a camera right there. Okay, yes, get my good side. You know, if I reported you or called the police right now, you'd be in jail. For what? Peeing? Like, there's nobody around. And honestly, like, I'm not sitting here saying that I didn't pee. I'm sitting here saying that, like, I purposely waited for you and your family to leave before I did so. But you're the one who came back because you somehow knew I was gonna pee. If you knew that I was gonna pee, why did you turn around? Like, what? Like, you want a show, honey? I'll give you a show. Just ask. My God. But I was trying to keep it cool, trying to keep it profesh, you know, because I truly was like nervous because he just kept hounding me about this. I said, you can certainly call the cops. That's fine. I said, but if you know me, like you say you do, you know, I know pretty much everyone in this town and you can certainly call the cops, but chances are I will know the cop and this will probably be over in like 2.5. You know, we have a kid in the car and the wife was like, we have kids. We have kids in the car. Girl, like I purposely waited for y'all to leave. What is wrong with y'all? This is why, like, people always say to me, oh my God, New York City must be so scary. Y'all, Bennington is way more scary. I can't even go for a walk without being harassed. Lord Jesus, help me. But as soon as they mentioned the kid in the car, I started to get very nervous because being a gay person, I didn't know the gender of the child. I didn't know if it was female, male, like I said, trans, non-binary, who knows. If it is a boy and I'm peeing, like the last thing I am trying to do is like expose myself to a child. Absolutely not. I would never ever do that. Like that is wild to me, but that's the direction that this was going. And so I literally was like, okay, Paul, this is getting serious. They're starting to mention children. You know the direction this could go, and you need to like get yourself out of this, whatever it takes, because this is wild. This person here in these boots and this like disgusting hat and ugh, this person here is trying to like insinuate what you think he's insinuating, and you just need to go along to get along right now because that's all you can do. You need to get yourself out of the situation. The one thing I do want to say is, if he did know me, like he said he did, which clearly he didn't really, maybe he knew of me, but he clearly didn't know me, because like nobody that knows me would treat me this way. Nobody that actually knew me as a person would ever treat me like this. And I also want to say, if I had come out of that dumpster and been somebody else, like, I don't know, I just have a hard time feeling like if I came out of that dumpster and I was like someone like him that he related to, like, you know, a straight person, or if I looked like him or he related to me in any way, I swear he would have just been like, oh bro, sorry man, all good, apologize, do your business, whatever. But because I'm not those things and he knew of me, I know he treated me this way specifically because he felt like he could. I'm trying everything I can to apologize, to like give you what you want, to just move on and be like, I am so sorry, it will not happen again. But you're continuing to just berate me over something that like everybody does. Name me one man in this world who has not peed outside. Literally one. Like, everyone does it. Every single person does it. If you have a peen, you have done it. It just is what it is. Like, goodness gracious. But of course, he was making, you know, a scene. And I know why. I know in my heart why it was. So anyway, when they mentioned the kid, I got nervous because I thought, oh God, like, what if they do call the cops? And what if the cops come here and all of a sudden everyone thinks I'm like doing something crazy? So finally, I was like, sir, I am sorry. I purposely waited for your family to leave so that this would not happen. You came back here. I'm unsure why. I did not know this was your dumpster. I apologize about that. It will not happen again. What can I do to make this better for you? What? I said, tell me what I can do and I will do it. Please, what do you want me to do? I want you to go to Walgreens. I want you to buy a bottle of water, and I want you to come back here and pour it on your piss. Clean it up. Now, I have been made to feel like crap a lot in my life, but this was probably one of the lowest moments. Having somebody say to you, go to the store, buy a bottle of water, and pour it on your piss that's already drying up on the concrete has got to be one of the craziest, most insane things that's ever happened to me. But you tell me. Here are the options for what happened next. Option number 1, I went to the store, I got the bottle of water, I came back, and I poured it on my piss to clean it up. Option number 2, I literally said I was going to the store, and instead I just went home, and that was that. Or option number 3, the cops were called, and I lived to tell the tale. Let me know what you think happened in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Anyway, bye. Want more Paulie in the public? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.